Hey everyone, and welcome. Today we're going to decode the secret language of our modern world. I'm talking about the unwritten rules of all our digital messages. Just think about it for a second. That super important work email, a quick text to a friend. Every single time you hit send, you're sending a message about yourself. So how do we make sure it's the right one? So here's our game plan. We're going to start by navigating the digital maze. The chaos we all live in. Then we'll get into some case studies, breaking down a formal business email, a casual friendly request, and even automated replies. From there, we'll pull out the universal rules that connect everything, and we'll wrap up by talking about your digital signature and what it says about you. All right, first stop, the digital maze. It's wild, right? We are sending more messages on more platforms than at any point in human history. But with all these new ways to communicate, the actual rules have gotten, well, really fuzzy. What's cool on Slack might come off as rude in an email. A funny text can totally fall flat in a DM. It's like we're all walking a tightrope, all the time. Just think about your own day. You probably jump from a professional email on Gmail to a quick WhatsApp message, then a DM on social media, and maybe a team chat app like Slack. Every single one has its own vibe, its own unwritten rules, and its own special way to, mess things up if you're not careful. It's a lot to juggle. And that, right there, leads us to the big question we're tackling today. When we send a message, can we be sure the person on the other end is hearing it the way we mean it? Are we all actually on the same page, or are we just shouting into a digital void, kind of hoping for the best? Okay, so let's put this to the test. For a first case study, we're going to put a formal business email right under the microscope and see what makes professional communication tick. All right, here we have it. This is an email from an import manager, a guy named Jonathan Maynard, to a business contact, Mr. Silva. Now, at first glance, it looks pretty basic, but trust me, there is so much intention packed into every single word here. So it kicks off with Dear Mr. Silva. It's not hey, it's not what's up. This formal opening immediately sets a tone of respect and professionalism. It's a signal that says, okay, this is serious business, not just a casual chat. Now, check out the body of the message. The purpose is crystal clear. First, he starts with an apology to smooth things over. Then, he makes a direct, polite request for action. There's zero confusion. You know exactly what happened and what needs to happen next. And notice the specific language he uses. The word suppliers. You're not going to use that word when you're texting your friend, right? But here, in this business context, it signals that he knows what he's talking about. It's professional shorthand. Okay, let's do a complete 180 and jump into a totally different world of communication. We're going from the professional inbox to a personal one, with an email between two friends. And here is Exhibit B. Melanie is writing to her friend Olivia, who's just moved to Paris. Even the subject line, visit you in Paris, tells you this is going to have a completely different feel than that last email. The opening is all about personal connection. Hi, Olivia. And then she asks questions about her life. This isn't just small talk. She's reinforcing the friendship. It shows she cares about Olivia as a person before she even gets to the reason for her email. And here it is, the big ask. But notice how she phrases it. I was wondering if it's so much softer than the direct instruction we saw in the business email. It makes it really easy for Olivia to say no if she needs to, without any pressure. And this is where that informal language really shines. Using an idiom like put me up is a huge signal of closeness. It's a conversational shortcut that would be totally weird in a business email, but here, it just makes the bond feel stronger. But what about all those messages that we don't even technically write ourselves? Well, it turns out the same rules of communication apply to those automated one-click messages that are always popping up in our lives. Take the classic out-of-office reply. Its job is actually super simple, but absolutely crucial. It's all about managing expectations. It clearly sets a boundary, tells you who to contact instead, and keeps things professional, all without you having to lift a finger. And then you've got the total opposite, the e-card. Its purpose is purely emotional. With just one click, it sends congratulations, it keeps the social connection going, and it delivers a really efficient message that just says, hey, I'm thinking of you. So we've looked at a formal email, an informal one, and even messages written by robots. They feel like they're from different planets, right? But when you step back, you start to see these universal rules that actually connect all of them. So what's the first big rule? Well, your opening is basically your digital handshake. It has to match who you're talking to. Dear Mr. Silva creates that professional distance, while Hi Olivia pulls you in close. If you get this right, you've set the perfect tone for the rest of the message. And the exact same thing is true for your closing. It's the last impression you leave. Best regards is professional, it's safe, it's standard. But your best friend? That's deeply personal and reaffirms the relationship. Your closing should always match the energy of your opening. Ultimately, all of this boils down to 3 simple questions you've got to ask yourself before you hit that send button. First, who am I talking to? My boss or my best friend? Second, what's my goal here? What do I actually want them to do? And third, what's the right tone? Is it respectful? Is it friendly? Does it need to be urgent? So why does any of this really matter? Because in our world today, every single message you send, every email, every text, every little comment, it all becomes a part of your digital signature. You know, we spend a ton of time thinking about how we look or how we sound in person. Our digital communication deserves that same level of care. For a lot of people, your messages are the only way they'll ever get to know you. It's your modern handshake, it's your first impression, and it's your reputation. And it's all searchable. So, I'm going to leave you with a little challenge. Go ahead, open your phone right now and find the last message you sent. Doesn't matter if it was to your boss, your mom, or a customer service bot. If you strip away all the context, what does that message really say about you? Is it clear? Is it respectful? Is it the exact digital impression you want to be making? Something to think about.